Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino, checking on Virgin Galactic SPCE. So the other day, opened up, here let me zoom in a bit, this is a daily chart by the way, we're talking about the candle bodies, this key level right here, is 1670, gap up, rejection from that price, starting to get separation on the rotation zone. Next day, poking a little lower. Today, gap lower. I mean, this all favors the downside. Why? Because we had prior support becoming resistance. Now we're starting to have the separation of the rotation zone, especially with the price action yesterday. So you should have been able, even though I didn't put up a video yesterday, you should have been able to look at your key levels based off the rotation zone on the daily and look at the 4 hour. So starting to get separation on the 4 hour, this gapping into the rotation zone, moving down, drifting sideways, trying to poke up in the rotation zone, rejected. So right now, based off the 4 hour, let's combine a couple ideas together. I'm going to be watching right here. So we have candle bodies, we have wick, we have wick, we have candle bodies over here. So first area of resistance on any rally is about 1560. If we get above 1560, major resistance coming in around the 1660s, where we are an oversold, so I would not be surprised at some point to see it drift sideways or rally a bit, but remember it can stay in oversold for a very long time. Going back to the daily, let's look at what we have. So we had that 1660. So that's right up here. You might have some minor resistance around 1630, but then major resistance would be around that 1660. And then if you get through that, I'd start watching $17. Now, what are the targets to the downside? So if people are shorting it, the next target I would use, we have, let me trying to zoom to keep it so everybody can see it, but what I'm looking at, I'm just watching this major candle body that closed here. We had to try to spike in it. This is minor significance, not major, but we have the 200-day moving average, and we use the 200-day simple. It's tested out the best. $14, and it's a round number. That would be my first target to the downside. Now, if I was looking to long play it only, I'd start watching if it approached that level and watch for some kind of reversal pattern. And I'd want confirmation of that reversal pattern, not just, oh, it could potentially reverse here because of it's against rotation zones on the 4 hour and the daily. Below that, minor at about 1325, and then major, let's look at here. Now, it is also an oversold on the daily, but we're just entered it, so it can easily go down more, and we have no divergence set up. I'm just looking right about here. So there's a candle body here, nice candle body there. Let me zoom in. This is where it gets a little tricky. I don't want to start hiding all my tools and everything else, but around 1218, 1220 would be my next target down. Reason I say we can't get a divergence, yes, we have lower low in price action, but we also have lower low in the RSI. So there won't be a divergence set up just yet for anybody looking on the long side. So if you are long or looking for a long, I'd be patient. If you're already long, know where your stop is, and know what your plan is if it continues to decline. If you're short, know where your targets are, and also know where your stop is on a rally. Virgin Galactic can rally really hard. We've seen it over here. There were a bunch of people short, it recovered a bit, and then we had a massive little rally. We had a nice little rally here, and that's a pretty big move for well, right now it's a $15 stock, but even when it's a $20 stock. Those are decent sized moves and can catch positions off guard, especially if you're short. By the way, also on this move, you see here that we have increasing volume on the break to the downside. So that's just reinforcing the break to the downside. It's separate from when you have very light volume on a break, it could be a false break down. This was supported by the volume. That's why I'm looking at it. So we have for you on Virgin Galactic, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.